After I made a video about the full kit of Yaoguang and also Sparxie, somehow I didn't expect that many of you are still confused about the mechanism of the Elation path, which is the latest path in Honkai Star Rail version 4.0. Well, this path does have some things that are quite different from other paths that already exist, especially in its latest mechanics that can make some players feel confused. So, on this video, I will make a short guide about the mechanism of the Elation path, guys. So without further ado, I'm Hoyostation and let's do this. Do you have a character or weapon in the game that you really want but you don't have enough stellar jades? Here is a smarter way to recharge your favorite games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Look no further than Loot Bar. Loot Bar is the most reliable top-up platform. It saves up to 23% for all orders compared with the official channel, and it provides an 80% off for your first purchase. It's 100% safe as you will only be using your UID. We will buy pack for 3000 stellar jades for $42, which otherwise would have costed $50, totally saving $7.5. We received the crystals we purchased in the less than 3 minutes. All recharges will be done through the official channel with miHoyo, which allows you to enjoy all top-up offers. Ready to level up your gaming experience? Check the link in the description to get the amazing discount. Okay, first things first, I will explain about punchlines. Until now, characters who have Elation path can obtain special stacks called punchlines each time they use their ability. Well, the amount given by each character with each kit that they have and use certainly produces a different number of punchlines, according to their respective kits. What is the function of punchlines? The function of punchline point can be used to increase elation damage generated by characters who can launch attacks of the type of elation damage. Until now, the punchline point itself had no upper limit and would reset every time AHA, which is a special mechanism for path elation gets its turn. Therefore, in order for the Elation skill to deal high damage, we must collect as many punchline points as possible through the abilities of the Elation character we use. This will also be very good if we use a lot of Elation characters in the team, because the more Elation characters, the more punchlines will be collected, and of course, the higher the Elation damage will be. Okay, as I mentioned in several previous videos, AHA is a special mechanism for characters that have an Elation path. AHA will have its own turn, which we can see on the action bar on the left. When it's time for AHA to take action, it will make all team members who have Elation skills to launch their Elation skills. But if none of its teammates have the Elation skill, then AHA will launch Let There Be Loader. Anyway, after AHA instant ends, teammate who performs the Elation skill will get a special buff called the Certified Banger. What is the function of Certified Banger? A buff called Certified Banger will give special effects to each character with Elation path. The active special effects will vary depending on the character of the Elation path itself. An example is in Yaoguang's kit. When Yaoguang has a Certified Banger, the entire teammates will give the Great Boon effect to the enemy every time they attacks, which will deal Elation damage. This will certainly be very good to provide increased Elation damage through the punchline effect. So I highly recommend you to maximize the accumulation of punchline points so that the damage produced by your Elation character is even more deadly. From this, we can tell that the Elation skill that a character has with an Elation path can only be activated every time AHA gets the action. This will also automatically strengthen Yaoguang's long-term potential, which can ultimately put AHA into action. Okay, next we will get into a discussion that many people may not know, namely about the calculation of Elation damage that will be generated by the Elation character. In my opinion, this is quite important because this damage has differences compared to other sources of damage. First of all, you need to know that, unlike other types of damage, Elation damage will not be affected or scaled through attack points or bonus damage. So effects such as attack buff or planar ornament with bonus damage will not have any effect on the Elation damage of the character produced. Then if your Elation character has level 80, then the attack that character on the formula will be replaced with 7535.107 points. and bonus damage will be replaced with Elation. But that doesn't mean the Elation damage doesn't have its own damage boost. So far, we only know of 2 sources of boost damage. For example, the effect of Yaoguang's 6th Eidolon, which gives a merrymaking effect. This effect will give boost damage, but it has a different calculation, as well as the punchline, which will also give an increase in damage to the Elation. This effect is still quite rare, but I'm sure there must be a new character in version 4 that can give merrymaking buff. In addition, from the formula regarding Elation damage, we can find out that apart from the Elation status that each character has with the Elation path, there are several other variables that affect the output of Elation damage itself. Some examples are vulnerability, resistance, defense, and also critical effects. Well, from this formula, we also know that there are several buffs that directly increase the value of the Elation damage calculation. For example, Yaoguang's ultimate, which will give all-type resistant penetration to all allies. Alright, after we have discussed quite completely about the latest mechanics of the Elation path, let's discuss a little about the potential of the characters that can increase the potential of Elation path. The first one is Yaoguang. Just like I mentioned in a special video about this character, she is a special Elation support character that can increase the Elation of all team members. But what makes this character so special is that she can make AHA get its action directly through her ultimate. This effect is certainly very useful and very crucial for those of you who intend to play with the Elation team in the future, so that Yaoguang has a very high pull value, and you even have to pull on version 4.0. Apart from Yaoguang, Sparxie also has potential that will continue to grow as version 4 progresses, because one of the effects of her trace requires us to use at least 3 Elation characters in the team, indicating that she will have her strongest team composition in the future, as new Elation characters are added in the game. In addition, as a character who has the role of main DPS, the damage she produces is quite massive, guys, because the more skill points you consume, the more damage will be done. The third character that I think has great potential for now is Sparkle. Yep, this character, which has actually been released for a long time, has a very important function on the Elation team. That is, she gives additional skill points to Sparxie to deal maximum damage. Although Sparkle is not currently a character dedicated to Elation path, she can be a very ideal support. Could there be a more suitable character than Sparkle in the future? Absolutely yes. In my opinion, the biggest reason is that Sparkle is not a character with the Elation path, so it makes Sparxie's kit unable to be used optimally. So there's a high possibility that Hoyoverse will release a new character to replace Sparkle in the future. Okay guys, maybe that's all for now. What do you think about this latest path? Please type in the comments down below, and don't forget to check out my other videos because there are no less cool. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.